Good morning, Facebook live stream people.
Good morning. And hey, maybe you're seeing us on YouTube, right? Good
Right.
morning.
Maybe you're catching the recording,
Yeah.
right? Well, good morning. I hope everybody's having an awesome day. Now, in today's video, we are going to go over why mentorship or coaching or both are phenomenal resources, right? Some of the secrets of coaching and mentorship.
Yep. And maybe that's like what's the difference between the two, right? I know people are like, well, what's the difference?
Yep. Now, let's see. You could go first. I got one I picked out.
Okay, she's got something she really wants to say today. No, I do like to talk about mentoring and coaching because I'm a huge proponent of it. Mentoring is where you could actually have a mentor who you've never actually talked to or met in person. You know, there are people that I follow online that they don't know who I am, but I see them as a mentor, right? A mentor could be somebody that is in your family. It could be somebody at church. It could be somebody online that you've never met. But so that the difference between that and then coaching typically is either done on a one-on-one or in a group setting, if you will. And it's more hands-on, if you will. Like you have somebody who is walking you through, taking questions, or at least covering the types of questions that you would have in that particular field. And the other thing I want to just say about this before we kind of really dive in, every day. And this is again, my mentor and coach, both. Okay.
Right.
So here's the thing. When you are looking to be mentored or coached in an area, you want somebody who is an expert or has had good success in that area, right? So I see people sometimes, well, I'm going to go talk to so-and-so and ask them questions about this topic, even though that person hasn't had like any great success in that area. If you want to work on your marriage or your relationship, you would want to go and find a mentor, a couple, right? A couple, right? Whether they're married or not, or whatever, that have had a long-term successful relationship. Yeah. And learn from them and not maybe take advice from somebody who's been divorced 6 times. Now, I know they might have an idea of what not to do.
Right.
You're probably looking at what to do. Right. So, as far as like mentoring goes inside of the entrepreneurial space, if you're looking to learn marketing, you want a marketing mentor. If you want to learn how to trade Forex, you're looking for a Forex mentor and or a coach. If you're looking to learn cryptocurrency, same thing, right? If you want to learn specifically how to do something just on TikTok, find a TikTok expert.
Yep.
If that's their focus, right? Or if you're looking to learn how to do stuff on YouTube, find a YouTube person who's really successful on YouTube. So you're wanting to find mentoring in all places, and don't be afraid to pay for good mentoring. I do it all the time. I've talked about this for the last 2 weeks. For me, if I can take time out of how long it takes for me to get to my goal and I can use money to do it, I do it. Right. And sometimes the money has been well spent and sometimes it's not, because it turns out that wasn't where I should spend my money. Oh, well, that's just part of doing business. But, all areas for me, as far as Forex and crypto and investing, and then also, from marketing and affiliate marketing and building, funnels and traffic and things, I have mentors in all areas as well. And then Christina's a mentor for me because she's done a lot more stuff on social media than I have. So I'm always picking her brain because I want to learn stuff in Canva, and she knows how to do Canva. And so you want to, it's really, really important to not do it try to go on your own.
Yep. So I think the reason why we're touching on both mentoring and coaching, though, is because we want to make sure everybody understands that there are some core differences between the two. Okay. So looking at coaching first, coaching is like short term. You want to get good at something, right? So you go look for a coach. And that's not just sports related, it's business related as well. But you want to get good at something and you want to kind of cut the amount of time that it takes for you to get good at something. So you go find a coach, right? Mentoring is more of a personal development thing, right? Mentoring is, you want a longer term mentoring relationship. You want to develop new skills, not just enhance the skills that you have like you would with coaching. So there are just a few differences between the two. And both have a place in everything that you do. So no matter if you're just getting started trading, if you're getting started trading, you find somebody that has a really good strategy that's going to be a coach for you. You want to get that strategy down. Mentoring inside of this space is you want to develop the skill, right? So maybe in the beginning, you find a good mentor, you find a good mentoring program, and you dive into that information and you develop each facet of trading. Because there's a lot of different parts. We talk about the personal development. We talk about the actual skill. There's a lot of moving parts in there. So you want to develop those over time, right? But for coaching, you want to get that one strategy. You want to get those A, B, C, D points down so that you can go ahead and move forward in your journey. So there are some differences between coaching and mentorship. And you can have a coach that is also your mentor. It's possible.
It happens a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Is you start out as maybe a coaching relationship where it's short term. Maybe you want to get this 1, 2, or 3 things down, and then it turns into something long term where now you're developing and you've invested more time, energy into that relationship.
Right. And like I remember when we were kids, my brother was a wrestler in high school and he was really into it. So he had saved up his own money and he went to takedown camp over the summer. And it was specifically because he felt like he needed to work on takedowns, right? And so when he went to takedown camp, that would be to coach. That's a coaching situation, right? Because he's going to go to the camp, he's going to learn from them how, for the takedowns, and then he's going to come home, and then he may not see that person ever again. Right. That taught him, that stuff over that summer, if you will. So, and that's just another example of sometimes you need, what Christine is saying, you need a coach in a very specific area, because like wrestling, there's all kinds of stuff that has to do with how you're going to wrestle. Right. But for him, he just wants to learn how to improve his takedowns. Right. So off to takedown camp you went. Right. So, and he spent his own money on it. Remember what I told you? As a kid, he's still like this. As a kid, he saved up his own money to pay for that takedown camp. So again, sometimes if we want very specific things that people are experts in, they want to be paid for their time, and rightly so. So would you, right? Would you go to work all day? And they're like, well, you're going to do your job, but while you're here, if you're mentoring or coaching someone, we're not going to pay you during that time at the job, right? You got to do that part for free only. So you wouldn't, right? So it makes sense if you want expertise that you're going to pay for some expertise in a certain area.
Yep. And a lot of people, some common, I guess, uncommon things about mentoring.
Common, uncommon things.
Right. Like a lot of people who are new to things don't initially look for mentorship or personal development or coaching inside of those spaces, right? But when you start to talk to more successful people, you start to get a common consensus amongst those people that they've reached out for coaching or mentorship. And that's how they kind of got ahead of the game in whatever space it is that they're in. So understand too, that coaching and mentorship, if you do not have the money for it in the beginning, you might want to start to save for it. But you can join communities and things like that and have mentorship and coaching inside of those communities if you're not at that level where you want to do it paid. Now, both Christy and I, we have paid mentorship for essentially personal development and trading, right? And marketing. Like she looks to me for like Canva and social media stuff. I am new to freelance marketing, to affiliate marketing, to network marketing. So like she's my coach, right?
Yeah. And like for me, like I need to take it up a level. So I've like my coach is somebody who's made like millions and millions of dollars in this space.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not there yet.
Right. But
right. So
you have different levels to it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and don't be, if you are new, but you've done research, because I know some of you guys are out there like us, you're research junkies. If you've done research and you found the mentorship programs that you want and you just are not there financially yet, don't let that discourage you. Because usually those bigger, like high ticket items or those higher ticket prices for mentorship usually have something that's more entry level that you can work your way up from. So don't let it discourage you at all.
You could also find a partner who is interested in the same type of coaching or mentorship that you are and form a partnership. And it eases some of like financial burdens as well as gives yourself accountability partner to each other. It's like what, two birds, one stone.
Yep.
Right. So there's that as well. I've seen lots of partnerships, formal and informal partnerships inside of the home business industry over the years. And, we like in the company we rep for Forex and crypto education, to the top earners, they're partners, Yep. They split that big old check. He makes you feel just so bad that they have to split the check. Right.
Right.
So, but probably in the beginning, it really made sense for them for whatever reason. It could have been, we don't in their house. We don't know why they did it, but made sense for them to partner up.
Yep.
And build something together. And so, if you're looking for mentorship, if you're looking for coaching, if you're looking for accountability partners, we talked about community yesterday as well. Mm-hmm. It's okay. Like you may find yourself somebody that, we tell this to people all the time. If you want to learn Forex and you can't, or you don't have it in your budget for proper Forex education, partner up with somebody and split the cost of it.
Yep. It's definitely beneficial in the long run.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Be creative.
Right. Yeah. Be solution oriented. Sometimes solutions don't have to have dollar amounts attached to them.
I just read a story a couple months ago about, I think it was 10 individuals who partnered up and they bought a Popeyes. Ooh. 10. Yep. Because one of them by themselves was not going to be able to do it.
Yep. I need 9 friends.
Right. Exactly.
Another thing is like, please, when you go into mentorship or coaching, understand that it is an action taking situation. You can't go into the situation thinking that the person who is coaching or mentoring you is going to do all of the work. So what my advice would be, especially if you don't know, maybe you want to set some expectations up front. Maybe you want to say, listen, I'm looking for mentorship or coaching, and I want to try it out for 3 months. And within that 3-month period of time, you and your coach or your mentor are going to go through some actionable steps. So for 3 months, you are going to be dedicated to this process. You're going to be dedicated to doing the work that it takes to get all that you can get out of that relationship, right? Because the worst thing that you could do is sit passively inside of a coaching or mentorship situation and think that they're going to do everything for you, because that's not really how it works. They're going to give you actionable steps.
Let's talk about what it's not then, hey?
Right.
They're not your boss.
Nope.
They're not there to scold you or punish you or dock your pay or whatever if you don't do the work. Like that's totally on you. That's not what they're there for. They're going to have the success they have, and they're going to continue to mentor other people whether you do the work or not.
Right. And they're not your friend in that situation. They're not going to tell you what you want to hear. You're getting coaching and mentorship because you need something. They're going to give you the information that you need. And you have to understand that it might not always be what you want to hear.
It usually is. The people who really care about your success are going to tell you things you need to hear, but they're going to do it in a way that is caring. It doesn't mean it still rubs you the wrong way, because we have people in our lives. I mean, we do, that tell us things that they think we need to hear, but we're talking about somebody that you sought out.
Yep.
That you decided is going to be your coach and mentor, not your friend, not your Uncle Tom, who's always being Mr. Nakey all the time. We're talking about this person that you are looking to coach you, and they're going to tell you things that hurt your feelings a little bit sometimes. It's just going to happen if they truly want to give you the right information.
Right. And you just go into your coaching or mentorship with an open mind, and be coachable inside of that situation. Be willing to get outside of your comfort zone and do the things that they're telling you to do, because you've look for somebody who's seen success in an area that you want to see success in. And if they're telling you how they got it and they're asking you to take these steps, it would probably be a good idea to not waste either of your time and maybe do the work. Just, thought.
I mean, when Christina and I started the Pip Sisters officially, because we've been the Pip Sisters for a while. Kurt started that.
Right.
Kurt. So little did he know what he was starting. So, but like when I went to our mentor, because this particular mentor also had a partner before, and asked and built a multi-million-dollar business, right, with that partner. And I was like, let's ask for some advice, right, going in. And then I thought we got some good advice, and it wasn't what the advice I expected. So, right. So,
and then understand too, that as a mentee or as the person being coached, understand that your mentor or your coach is putting in a significant amount of time investing in you. So it's one of those situations where you really want to be cognizant of that fact, and you want to be respectful of that fact as well. Because the worst thing that you could do is ask somebody for help or for mentorship or for coaching, and then not take their advice, not take it seriously, right? So be mindful of that, because Christy and I are coaches. We help people, right? But we actually care about the people that we help and that we're coaching and mentoring. So we do put thought into our answers. We do take a second step back to look to see how it's best going to affect or help the person that's being coached or mentored, right? But we don't have to do it, right? Most coaches and mentorships, unless you are paying for it, they don't have to do it. And even the ones that you're paying for, don't waste your money.
No, right? And they can just say, you know what, you're a pain in the ass, I'm going to refund you. Move
exactly.
On.
Yeah. So just understand that mentoring in itself or coaching in itself is a significant investment for the person that you're looking for, right? Because like Christy and I, we do 50 different things. So, we could do 50 different things, but we choose to be an asset to the communities and things like that we're in and help people out. But we don't want to ever feel like we're wasting our time, right? No, right, coach or mentor wants that.
No, nobody wants to feel that way. And I mean, like in our case, we could just literally invest in our crypto, trade our Forex, and we could drive traffic to our affiliate sites and and make money, passive income in almost all those areas. Forex is a little more active, but without dealing with anybody.
Right. Like just us in the computer.
Yeah, that's, because affiliate marketing is just about driving traffic to somebody else's stuff. They do everything else, right? They do all the support and everything. Forex, I don't have to talk to anybody to do Forex, and I don't even have to talk to anybody to learn Forex. I can be coached and mentored inside of the education platform.
Yeah.
And we don't even have to get involved. So, Christina's spot on. So when she's talking about being respectful, obviously, number one is doing the steps. If you're committing to coming in and doing the work, what we see inside of coaching and even mentorship both is people come in with a gung-ho attitude. And as soon as some of the harder, tougher assignments start, they kind of back off, right?
They fizzle away.
It's like, the excitement is gone when reality sets in about what it actually takes to be successful with whatever. The other thing is, and you know who you are, people. Okay. Don't call your mentor. If your mentor has said, okay, if you get stuck, here's my phone number.
Yep.
Call them only call them if you really need to talk to them that day. Like if they're doing a weekly thing where you get together and it can wait, then bring it then. Also, and this is going to sound like some little stuff, but it happens more times than I can possibly count. Someone will call me, they'll leave me a message, right? Almost everything I have goes to voicemail initially, most of the time. Depends who it is. And then 5 minutes later, they'll try to call again. And 5 minutes later, they'll try to call again. The more you call me back to back to back, the less likely I'm going to return your phone call because I got your message the first time, right? So the point of that is, and that could be on DM or anything, is that your mentors are busy people. So, a good mentor will give the expectations of how you can communicate ahead of time. But if for some reason they don't, ask them, what's the best way I can communicate with you? And what communication methods do you prefer? What times of day do you prefer? And, that kind of stuff, so that you're being as respectful as possible.
Yep. And do me a favor. Okay. Like, jot this down. Do not contact your mentor or coach and say, I hope I'm not bothering you.
Right.
And the reason why I'm saying that is because when you are reaching out to your coach or your mentor, it should be something that you genuinely need assistance with. And if you genuinely need assistance with it, it is no bother. Okay? Like, just don't start the conversation off like negative to me. My son does that too sometimes. Like, I know you're going to say no, but, well, if you know I'm going to say no.
That's a little passive aggressive, right?
Yeah, right. But yeah, like, just it's not a bother if like she said, we've given you the methods to communicate with us, the times to communicate with us. It's not a problem.
What is bothersome?
What?
When people disappear.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't get upset about it, and I don't think anything of it in terms of like my own, self-esteem or anything. But when we're working with you and we don't hear from you for a month, that is more worrisome to me than if you call up and you have a question. That's a legit question, because you're working on your goals and dreams, right?
Yep.
But after a month we haven't heard from you, that's like, okay, I hope they're okay.
Exactly.
Right? I hope they're not sick or had a death in the family, or we've had people like their house burnt down. Stuff, the real stuff, right? And so it's like, when you don't check in with your community, they're wondering where you are. And if you're not okay, that's the first thing that comes to my mind. First off is, are they okay? So like, check in every once in a while and say, hey guys, I had to take a break or whatever, but I'm here, I'm around, right? And just checking in, just like you would check in with, your spouse. I'm on my way home, or, people say, oh, why does my mom tell me, let me know when you get home? Because she wants to know you got home okay, right?
Right.
So,
yep. So it's not like we're prying or trying to be nosy or anything like that. But if we've built these personal relationships where we are mentoring or coaching you, we do worry. And understand that if you are in a situation where you're getting mentorship or coaching, and it is as a result of tapping into something with a monetary value attached to it, reaching out to your coach and mentor and letting them know, hey, I'm not going to be in for a month or two, is perfectly okay. That's not going to make us distance ourselves from you. If anything, then we'll try to help you figure out what it is that we can do to help you get back on track.
Right.
So disappearing when you genuinely need help might not be the best idea. Because like I said, if we take you on as mentees or people that we're coaching, we care, So,
and if you're depressed or you've had a bad day or you're having anxiety, most people have gone through that. It's to some degree, and Christine and I certainly have, and still deal with it on a day-to-day basis. So we get that. So, we like Christina has things she does to deal with that stuff, so it doesn't become self-sabotaging. So do I. So it's okay to, for me, like if you've worked with me in the past, that if you're really upset about something, that I'm going to listen. I'm going to give you a time limit for it. It depends on what it is. Like you've got 2 minutes to vent. Usually it's
let's figure out the solution.
Right. And then that's it. We're going to do the solution. Sometimes you guys don't say, you got 1 minute, but it's to vent, get it out. And then now we're going to put a solution in place, right? It's not to spend, a half hour venting and then we're going to spend 2 minutes, but it's the opposite, right? So like, tell me what's happening quickly and let's get to the bottom of it. But it's okay to say so.
Right. And that's not to be mean. It's just, we're here to help you, but helping you does not consist of us listening to every single problem and then ending the conversation.
Right.
That's not helpful. Right. Like we kind of want to help you, and venting sometimes will give us an idea of where we might be able to help you or how, or the suggestions that we might have to help you. Mm-hmm. So venting can always be done in a more productive way than most people think. Right. And as coaches and mentors, they're usually solution oriented. So understand that if you are venting to your coach, to your mentor, they're trying to find a solution for you, right? Now, Christy and I were talking about it a little bit earlier. If you would like to vent, but you don't want a solution, you might want to reach out to family, friends, or even me every now and then, even us every now and then. But let me know that you just need to voice that really quick. But don't do it for 30 minutes. You got a couple minutes, but just let me know that you want to get it out. You're not looking for a solution right now. You need to calm down so that you can get to that point, but you just want to get it out. Like, I'm okay with that, but I'm like Christy said, 30 minutes, I can't do it because I got 30 minutes worth of stuff to do every day, all day. Every 30 minutes of my day, I have stuff to do.
And if you are in a home business, say like a network marketing business, or you're in a business where you have customers, or you have a business where you're coaching everybody, if you are having a bad day, you want to make that contact or that phone call or whatever, you want to go up to your mentor.
Yep.
And they're going to say, okay, well, at least Christine and I will. You can vent for a few minutes and then let's get to the bottom of it.
Yep.
What you don't want to do is, if you're in network marketing, for example, you don't want to call your team and vent, and you don't want to call your customers and vent, and you don't want to vent at your people you're coaching and training. That's not where you vent. You vent up. When you're in a great mood and things are well, then you communicate down. When you are in a funk, you communicate up. Even though I don't like the up and down kind of scenario to think about, but that's the best way to put it in this case.
Yep.
That's what your mentor and coach are for.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And then think about it like this too. Fun fact, I'll drop like in here. What is this? It's a mentoring website that I was on this morning. It says 89% of mentees go on to mentor someone else. Mm-hmm. Right? Because of the experience that they've had, and they would like to usually contribute or give back to the community that they were involved in. And that's why I was saying earlier, sometimes you can get mentorship and things like that. If you're looking for like the entry level stuff, you're not at the place where financially you can pay for the grandiose package for mentoring. You might want to start in those communities, because a lot of people like to give back and share the information that they've learned as a result of being in that culture in those communities too.
Yep. And if you're a marketer, every day you learn something. You could take something you learned on this show and now you can talk about it on social media.
Yep.
And mentor somebody else, so, we're always learning new things. What do you think Christine and I do? We're always learning new things. We're always looking to our mentors, and we make course corrections. And I don't know where I'd be in this space without coaching and mentoring.
Yeah.
Not making money, probably.
Right. Now, The funny thing for me is one of my top things that I tell people is to just push the buttons.
Yes. Christina says, push the button. Just do it.
Please. Push the buttons. You find out so much, and it does not always have to be negative. Sometimes you just find out what the button does from hovering over it, right?
Right.
But do me a favor. Sometimes push the buttons before you reach out for help, because the buttons are there. No. You're right.
You mean do a little research before you ask somebody?
Because I am not Google. I'm not Google. And you know what I do sometimes? I Google it. So you just press the button. Just press
the button. I definitely am guilty of asking people who ask me, what did Google say? Oh, so like people I work with have gotten used to, I better Google it first and see. So because you know how I know, because they'll say, I went through all the FAQs and I didn't find it, or like in iHub, or I went through all the Go Live titles and I couldn't find it, right? Or I went to Google because so I know I'm doing my job because they're like, they want me to know they already did this. Yeah. I watched recording and I still don't get this part. Okay, cool. But yeah, because they don't like, what did Google say? Because a lot of times, if you ask us something, we're probably just going to Google it.
And like that. So if you guys know me from like the Go Live platform, the education platform that we partner with, y'all know I am going to ask you if you've watched the favorites videos. Mm-hmm. And I know if you have or haven't, because the questions that you ask could be found in the favorites videos. Mm-hmm. And like Christy said, if you just need clarification on something, that's different. Like I watched it, I just don't understand this part. Cool, we got you. But we are not there to do the work for you. That's no. Press the buttons, watch the recordings, watch the favorites, do the Google. Okay? Do the
Google. Christina's be like one of those people that are in like a sci-fi movie where they're like, don't push the red button. And then she pushes it, right? And everybody blows up. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Oh, what was it? Guardians of the Galaxy 2? Mm-hmm. Yep. Baby Gru.
Yeah.
In this, no. Okay. Yeah. That's me. I found out the hard way.
Yeah.
My team gets the opportunity to learn vicariously through my mistakes. And I'm okay with that. That's what demo is for.
That's right. Exactly. There's very rarely things that you can either break or can't be fixed if you break them in any platform.
Yep.
You know, you look what happened to Facebook. Somebody pushed the wrong button, right? A couple of days ago, and they're back online. So
right. Didn't take long, just a couple hours.
5 hours, yeah.
Yep. But that is it for us. Did you have anything else?
No, we could go on all day about certain things.
Right.
So yeah, but no.
Right.
Yeah, but no, that doesn't even make sense, right?
And we'll drop more hints and tips in the posts and everything that are coming up for you on TikTok, on Instagram, inside of the newsletter. So you guys will have access to some more of the inside stuff that we don't necessarily go over in our podcast. But in tomorrow's video, we are going to go over the fact that you can go broke taking profits. Yep, we want to cover it. We want to make sure you know.
Yep, and that's in more than just Forex. So You're like, wait a minute. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so be prepared for that tomorrow. Mm-hmm. We'll be at the same spot at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget to share the lessons if you feel like your friends and family can find some value from the content that we're providing you guys, okay?
Sounds good to me.
But that is going to wrap us up. So I hope you guys have an awesome and productive day. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Yeah. See you tomorrow. Bye.